So we firmly believe that the ANC is guilty of crimes against humanity. I'll give you some examples, and that's the 4 pillars that the Rescue South Africa Civil Rights Alliance is based on. If you go to our website, rsacra.co.za, you would see there that one of the pillars is children's rights, and we believe that the policies of the ANC, the corruption, the cadre deployment policies that have destroyed this country and destroyed state-owned enterprises has directly contributed to the misery and the downfall of children in our nation. So, for example, the University of Cape Town's Children's Institute, they've done research and they have discovered that there is 8 million children, mostly poor Black children, that is suffering from malnutrition to the extent that their growth is stunted. There's also been reports over the past few months or even 12 months that children are actually dying in South Africa as a result of hunger, dying of hunger in a country where there is sufficient food and sufficient production of food. And what is happening here is these children live in poor or come from poor households that cannot give them nutritious food to keep up their health. And so the government has instituted, through the Department of Education, food nutrition feeding schemes. And the children poor children coming from out of these backgrounds and out of these homes are supposed to get their nutrition through these feeding schemes. But what has happened? The media reports consistently that these feeding schemes is riddled with corruption by ANC cadres. Even that feeding of children, giving them nutrition so they can live, riddled with corruption. And it's by ANC cadres and their family members, to the extent that these children are not getting the nutrition they need and deserve. And so children are dying of hunger. In a country where the president's private plane, his plane that he flies around the world with, the bill for food on one trip per person is 24,000 rand, including expensive liquor and everything, while children are dying of hunger in this country. And 8 million children are suffering from malnutrition. That to me is a crime against humanity. Children being denied homes, children being denied decent education, even school facilities, children dying in pit latrine toilets, when the government promised 20 years ago that they were going to fix all those things. Nothing has been fixed. To this day, children are sitting in fields under trees getting instruction in education because they don't have proper buildings. And our government is allocating billions to education, but so much of it is being stolen and misappropriated by ANC cadres. So corruption, incompetence, mismanagement of state resources is a direct consequence of children suffering, dying, and not getting the education they need to become proper members of society. Research has also shown that, international research has shown that the children in grade 6 in South Africa, even though they're in grade 6, they cannot read for meaning. South Africa, in fact, is at the bottom of the world list internationally because of the breakdown of education standards. Now, this is denying children their rights, denying them their constitutional rights, and there's plenty of rights written into the Constitution that the government is required and obligated to uphold. But our government is failing at that, and they're failing because of cadre deployment, mismanagement, incompetence, corruption, theft, fraud, you name it. Children are dying as a result of that.